Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. Thank you for seeing him. And folks, we are back after several months off and a bunch of technical problems. Many things have happened in the past few months. We've house-trained a dog. Well, I mean, he was already kind of house-trained, but we've tried to bark-train him a little better. Jen moved to a different landmass. Amy broke herself and then kind of got glued back together. And Robin has found a new vocation, which is, well, it's the old vocation, but again. So it's very excitable. And then Christine just, Christine's great. And helped me a lot with the dog. But, welcome back. We are in Book 3 of Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age, Death on the Empress Express, which I will give you a quick update on if this is your first time here, or if, like me, it's been 3 months since you've set foot on this train. But before we do that, let's go ahead and meet everybody, starting with Christine. Hey, Christine, how you doing?
Hello. I am doing fairly good. Yes, I am mildly broken too now, which I had such a nice long run of not being broken. It was great. And I'm paying for it now. But, oh well, I'll try and deal with it. But hello, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I get to play Dr. Evelyn Taylor, our Society of Ether mad scientist.
Nice. Nice. She's not in quiet anymore. She's in loud. Next to you, we have the one and only Amy.
Oh, hi, that's me. Hi, I'm Amy. Of course, I am the one and only Amy. If there are other Amys, we must fight to the death. There can only be one. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I am playing Chastity, Prudence, Goodwin, who also uses she, her, or they, them, and is our Celestial Chorister / Cult of Ecstasy member, and it is definitely a great combination to have, and everything is fine. Everything's okay. No problems, no concerns.
Totally great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know what else is wonderful? It is Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Josephine Carrington, our hermetic Banithursis, who is having a grand old time and has run off into Jerusalem on her own.
Which is pretty phantasmic. And last but not least is the witchiest witch that ever witched. Which witch? Robin.
Hi, this is Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm excited to be back in the skin of Darcie Harkness, our Irish verbena.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. So, before we begin, a big shout out to our sponsor for tonight, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games has been with us that entire 3 months that we have been off doing magely things. And you know what? I absolutely love Bookwyrm Games. Not only that, but little secret, if you like Mage the Ascension, you like D10 sets, stick around, because we might have some Devil and the Doves, or Doves-inspired dice coming your way really soon. In fact, we're going to have more info maybe even by next session. Which is going to be really exciting. Bookwyrm Games is a fantastic sponsor. Go get some dice for yourself, make yourself feel nice, and use code DORKTALES to save 15%. Thanks for being our sponsor and keeping us on the air. Also, a big thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. This is the week of Mage for all you patrons over on patreon.com/dorktales, where for the price of a cup of coffee, you can get access to a ton of additional Mage content, not the least of which is that tomorrow night we have episode 4 of Mage the Ascension Technocracy Dominion, our very own little Succession knockoff that is honestly so much good roleplay. It's such fun and it's such a great game. I am really excited to get you all enjoying that, and it's going to be on public release pretty soon, which is going to be even better. And then on Friday we have the first episode of Mage the Ascension Bedlam, our 1920s chronicle that stars a fantastic cast, and it's going to be the first episode, so you definitely want to join us for that. And not only that, there's a ton of other stuff like Descend into Avernus next week and so much more. So please join the Patreon. Keeps the lights on. All right, so without further ado, time to catch you up on what you've missed in Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. Last time, the characters all managed to make it from Cairo to Jerusalem, where they departed ways. They were all going about their own things. At one point, Josephine set off into the city to go look for something of her own, while Chastity went to touch base at some of the religious centers throughout the city. Because, hey, if Jerusalem's full of something, it's religious relics and religious sites. The rest of you had other plans. Through a series of entropic effects, Evelyn was able to bring a strange confluence of events together that led to Darcie and Sam Blackwood going on a date in the middle of the city at a small cafe. Meanwhile, Evelyn and Henry Mattow shared a conversation about how to best get those two over their problems before that ended in a bit of lip locking. Not only that, but scurrying around the train, Bran has been hunting down rodents and also investigating strange occurrences, including a train car that has a Pinkerton badge in it from the Pinkerton Detective Agency in America, but also that smells like death. Strange. But besides that, you have also had lunch with a countess, or is she a countess? You have had lunch with a very rich young lady, and have basically just been getting the lay of the train on your week and a bit long journey. Does anyone have any questions about that as we press forward? All right.
Bran also has an obscene amount of fish.
He has an obscene amount of fish and is presently invisible.
Yes, he's the predator.
He...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's my only effect I currently have up. I think is just Bran.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So without further ado, let's head into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. It is a lovely day in Jerusalem. The afternoon is absolutely lovely. Not too temperate, not too hot, in spite of the very bright sun overhead. It's the perfect day for a date. And a pair of you are on a date right now. Darcie and Sam Blackwood sit at a little cafe, discussing things, chatting, and generally just enjoying each other's company. However, as this is occurring, we pan nearby. Now, there are many trees inside of Jerusalem. The park system, at least in this day and age, is still present. There are still very lovely green spaces. And near one of these, I would like a dexterity and stealth roll from Evelyn at a difficulty of 5. Okay, that is...
So when you have 0 stealth,
is stealth...
that's a skill. Is that a minus on that one?
So you're at a difficulty of 6.
Okay. Two successes.
We pan
I got a
across...
6 and a 7.
Perfect. We pan across from this cafe with piping coffee being served to a number of guests, mostly European tourists and some wealthy local merchants. And as we do, we can see at one of these large trees inside of a green space, a pair of heads stacked atop each other like a snowman. At the bottom, the curls of Evelyn Taylor, leaning around the side of the tree watching this, and above her, a much larger head. The long, braided, and black hair of Henry Mattow. As you are both crouching behind this tree, looking around the side. From here, you can easily see, but not quite here with your normal perceptions, what is transpiring between Sam and Darcie. However, if you'd like to do some magic to eavesdrop, or at least make me a perception and empathy roll to try to read some body language, that would work for me. But you appear to be hidden presently. You and Sam both got, or pardon me, you and Henry both have 2 successes. Henry is going to lean in and say, I cannot hear what they're saying from here. I think he might be offending her.
Sorry, what was you said empathy?
Yep, perception and empathy.
How about straight perception?
That sounds wonderful to me too. Difficulty 6.
Does detail-oriented apply to this?
Yes.
Cool. Three successes.
3 successes, cool. So Henry kind of narrows his eyes. Did he just say what I think he said? Do you want me to... You idiot. How could you... He starts grumbling, and you have no idea what he's talking about, because witnessing this, you actually think they're getting along just fine. At one point, he leans forward and nudges Darcie in the shoulder, and Darcie leans in and shoves him back. And they have this little kind of touch and go shoving match for a moment between each other that is very uncharacteristic for this age and time, especially in this type of country, but is totally what 2 awkward Westerners would do. Evelyn, but you can see that Henry is getting a little tense about this, whether because this is not culturally something that his people would do, or because he botched his empathy roll. You have no idea.
I think it's actually working on Darcie, though.
What do you mean?
Well, she's not mad.
As in she is not crazy, or she's not angry?
She's not angry. I think she's playing. It's kind of odd, but I suppose better than the last fellow.
The last fellow?
Oh, he turned out to be crazy and tried to kill her.
I think she may be better suited to Sam than I thought, then. He has had many similar
We lit his
events.
house on fire instead, so... Accidentally, but it still burned down.
She shot him. In the leg.
Darcie's more likely to kick him.
In the leg?
Oh, slightly higher, but...
I think she was aiming there. She missed.
Well, that is good. It's not something easily fixed, so...
Interesting.
Darcie's not likely to permanently maim him. Also, she's already punched him once and beaten him in a fight, so... She might just do it again.
She beat him in a fight.
Yes. On the ship.
I do not remember this.
Quite sure. Because they were both in the cart when everything happened, right? Like, Evelyn knows they witnessed her change.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Wait.
That's what I thought.
She was the man in the ring, yes.
Yes.
So what should we do now? Should we intervene? Should we watch? Should we join in?
Well, unless they tried to kill each other, I mean, it might be worth leaving them to it for a bit. If you push too hard, they might just, like, completely be obstinate.
Yes. They are like
they are
children
very
that
obstinate
way.
people.
Have you ever had falafel? I've heard many good things about this falafel. Perhaps I could buy you some.
Sure. Let's try it.
I have also heard that there is a place inside of this city called the Wailing Wall. I would like to hear its screams.
All right. Do you know roughly where? Maybe we can hunt it down.
I have a small brochure. He'll reach into his vest and pull out a brochure that has, like, Holy Sites of Jerusalem. And he's talking about the Western Wall, known as the Codal, or the Wailing Wall. It is a sacred site of prayer and mourning. It does not make a wailing noise. He is just assuming that it does.
Okay.
It's named the Wailing Wall because
Does his
it's...
pamphlet look like the sort of, like, tourist scam?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the wall might actually wail because somebody stands out of sight and screams into it.
Maybe.
At least you have money. Because that
it's a
is
place
definitely
that...
something somebody would have done at this time and place.
Yeah, it's a place of mourning, right? So you go there and you cry and you wail. That's why it's called the Wailing Wall. Good. Then... perhaps... here. And he will lean back behind the tree and pro-offer a crooked elbow to Evelyn.
Thank you.
Let us go see this wall. But first, food?
Yes. Of course.
Nearby, as you two walk off.
And if Evelyn spots anything, like, interesting, like, she'll also suggest things that could be interesting that he'll actually be, like, into. Like,
Okay.
she'll parse the English of it to...
Okay, that sounds good. So you guys are going to go on a little bit of a tour. You're not leaving until after nightfall, so you have a full day in Jerusalem, unlike most of the other stops. And as you head off, we are going to zoom in on the cafe, where... we probably shouldn't stick around here for too long, Sam will say to Darcie. You done with your coffee? Or whatever?
This Turkish coffee is quite good.
Yeah, it'll keep you up all night.
Great. What do you have anywhere in mind?
I don't know, I'm supposed to be back at, about an hour before boarding. Got some dignitaries or something coming on tonight, and they want the extra security around. But,
So you got a few hours at least then?
yeah, I got a few hours. Probably don't want to do anything that's going to get me too dirty if we're meeting some nobility coming in. That's weird. You know, I never get used to that.
Get used to what?
Kings and queens and stuff. I bet you do in Ireland. You've got, like, what, a king and a queen over there? I guess you got the Queen of England. The king? It's the queen right now. Yeah.
Yes, it's a queen.
I thought you potatoes hated the queen, though.
We do.
So is she your queen or what?
that's a different country. Is it actually? Wait, is it by then? I forget.
It's part of the UK. England's had. Remember the potato famine happened.
There are about like 14 different Irish uprisings in like the 18 and 1900s about get us away from England. So currently still part of England.
Just
still part of the UK.
Yeah, basically just assume that the troubles are ongoing.
Yeah. Every few years we kind of do a little bit of rebellion and kind of go, to the UK and try and leave, but they always reel us back in. So
okay, well, you should just honestly just have a couple of Yanks come over and teach you how it's done. We only had
you guys got upset about some tea, right?
Well, yeah, we didn't have good coffee back then. Not Turkish. It's fine. We'll help you kick some ass, and, you'll be free, right? Or you could just come to America. Jump ship. I think you'd like it.
What would I do in America? I have nowhere to go.
Well, I don't know. Go to Massachusetts. You're a witch.
They burned them there, isn't it?
They haven't burned them I don't think they burned them in a while. I haven't heard about it recently.
Okay, so I'll just go back to Salem as a witch and then just start all over again.
Sure. Or, I don't know, become a housewife or something.
Kind of need to find a man to do the housewife thing first.
Yeah, I guess it'd be pretty hard finding a guy that would put up with you. You're so much trouble. The turning into a guy thing, actually. Most people probably wouldn't dig that. Then again, I knew some weird guys in the service. Yeah. That were a little...
Curious?
Curious implies that they weren't already finding out. No, they were just, into the Harrier Company, I guess.
Well, there's nothing wrong with curling up against a nice hairy beast.
So long as we're still talking about a person, no. I knew this one guy out of Versailles, Missouri. Now, let me just say that we didn't leave him with the horses anymore.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you like to go? Because Darcie's looking around. I seem to have lost Evelyn. And you seem to have lost Henry.
I haven't lost them. They're off doing something.
Well,
Actually,
I would like to see the city, and I don't have a shop. But don't have anyone. I shouldn't be wandering city by myself.
You're not going to be wandering by yourself, okay? I'll go out with you. But I guess... It makes me think of something, though.
What?
The two of them.
Hmm?
You getting a vibe, too?
I mean, considering they kissed, yeah?
What?
Oh, Henry didn't tell you.
We don't talk about our feelings and stuff. We're men.
Feelings is not sexist. Feelings are gender neutral.
Mind you, in the 1890s, talking about your feelings was not particularly frowned upon. It was only as we worked into World War I and II that gender divide began to be created. So he's just being weird.
Yeah.
So, okay, look, Henry doesn't kiss and tell. But apparently Evelyn does?
I mean, we were kind of putting up glasses next to the to the cabin beside.
You sneak!
I was curious, and I was also getting a vibe, so I was being a detective.
You are a pervert.
Sir, she will give him a little mild slap across the... How dare you besmirch my honor as a lady?
You besmirch it yourself. Listening into people necking in the next room.
I was not listening as they were necking. I was listening to other parts of the conversation.
Oh, just listening to the bed squeak. Listening for Rusty Springs? Is that what you were listening for?
No.
You're unbelievable. So fine. So are they courting now?
I don't know. I think it depends on their conversations. Apparently, Henry has his culture is very unique.
Let me guess. He's going with the exotic vibe. Ew.
No, Evelyn is kind of... There's some personal things about her life that I'm not going to divulge for her, but let's just say their views on women and how women are treated and are valued members of society are a little different than...
Well, yeah, no. Women throw a lot more weight around where he's from.
Which is honestly quite attractive. I could see the draw.
Super attractive. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really see the difference, okay? Like, I get where you're coming from on this. You know, the whole women be, you know, the suffragette stuff. Sure. Women where he comes from are treated kind of differently, but let's be honest, okay? Where I grew up, the women still ruled the roost, even though it was the men who were out in front. My ma handled all of our finances. She handled all the major decisions. My dad just worked for it.
So you're good at knowing what... Good to, you know, good at listening to a woman then. Or your father was. Pass that on to you?
Yeah. Make me a perception and empathy roll.
Oh, okay. Perception and empathy. What is my difficulty?
Difficulty of this is going to be 6.
Cool, I'm going to spend a willpower because I don't want to botch this.
Ooh, okay, good.
Perception, empathy, difficulty 6. Oh gosh, I can't read the dice. Hold on a second.
It's okay.
I can't tell so those are 5s or 6s. Oh, it's a 5. Wow, I'm glad I had the willpower. That's a single success.
He's going to pause for a second before he answers, and a little bit of a faraway look shows in his eye. And then he's going to say, yeah, I learned all sorts of stuff. Like, we should probably leave cafes when we're done with our coffee. There are probably other people waiting to sit here, and we don't want to take the entire place up all day, do we?
No, I would hate to see only the inside of this cafe for my entire time in Jerusalem.
Well, what kind of stuff do you want to see?
Everything. Growing up in a small town, if you could barely call that a town. This is all quite unique. I mean, I spent some time in Paris and London, but there's just nothing like seeing the vastness of the space.
Okay. Sure. Did you get tired of living in your castle over there?
I'll have you know that my castle was a barn, and
Well,
stayed with my aunt and uncle. I'm a farm girl. Didn't have a castle.
yeah, I grew up on a farm too. You guys keep, what? Cows?
Cows, sheep, chickens, everything. I don't know. What do you have on your farms in America?
Pigs. We had pigs. And some chickens, of course, but mostly pigs.
And oh, I can't forget the potatoes. Oh, I love my potatoes.
I don't think we're gonna find any here.
I know I was making a joke.
Oh. Sorry, I can't tell. The accent's a little thick.
Oh, sorry. Let me talk in an American accent for you. Can you understand me?
Finally, you're starting to make some sense. Okay. Well, where do you want to go? Tell you what. What? You got something? You actually,
Yeah,
something
no.
that you want?
I know what I want. And she'll cast him for a very brief moment, she'll break like her kind of playful facade, give a very like intense flirty look to him, and then go, I just want to see city.
All right, madame. I guess I'll have to escort you around. Shall we?
We shall.
And he'll help you up and start walking you around the city. Now, as you are traveling around, we're going to follow over elsewhere in the city to where Josephine is, actually. Now, Josephine, you wandered off into the city following a hunch. And can you remind me, was there a place that hunch was leading you specifically, or are we still working that out according to your knowledge of places? I know it's been like 4 months.
Yeah, no. So I was off going to see if I could do a thing, and then you gave me a very bad feeling about Chastity because I'm connected to her with correspondence.
That is correct. Okay. So, following that, would you be trying to hunt her down?
I think I was debating that at the end of the episode, and I don't know what I settled on. So I guess the answer is really like, how easy would it be for me to, or am I just going into the city with zero clue about whatever I'm trying to do, or is there?
Why don't you?
Yeah.
What backgrounds do you have that would give you knowledge of potential contacts in the city? Anything that would apply, really.
I think it was more that I could contact my patron, who could get potentially, because I have that contact, who could get me in touch with my parents, which is what I was trying to do.
Sure, that sounds fine to you. That sounds fine to me. I mean, can you go ahead and make me a?
I also have destiny.
Ooh, fancy. Let's go ahead and start off with that patron, though. Give me a charisma or manipulation plus patron roll.
Cool. Not a great roll for me. Whee. What am I looking for?
I'm going to say that you're looking for, give me an 8.
Cool. I got 2 9s.
Perfect. So using a bit of a bit of dowsing or connection or something that you would be able to normally reach out. I'm not. You have correspondence, so I'm going to say
Yeah,
that
I was also just looking for a phone, like, or something.
I looked up the first phone that appeared in Jerusalem. That would be difficult, but you could probably find a telephone. I'm going to say at one of the embassies or one of the large scale hotels.
Cool. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm going for first, because I feel like I probably can't. I know I won't be able to find any like mage contact here, but I also have my avatar who's off doing stuff, so who knows if he might want to help. But he's around. But yeah, so a phone to talk to my patron, to be like, hey, can you get my parents to call me, essentially.
All right. So I'm just doing a quick search. So the Ottoman Empire didn't allow telephone exchanges in Jerusalem until 1908.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. So,
however,
but that's what your instinct is.
But you could go to hotels that would have access to telegraph.
Sure, let's do that.
All right. So
I think
nearby,
Josephine, in her initial instinct, is like, this thing that I know exists, but I have zero knowledge of the real world.
Sounds good to me. So you make your way looking for a nice hotel and find yourself soon led to a place in Jerusalem known as the Kamenetz Hotel. Now, the Kamenetz Hotel, there we go, just pulling up a photo of it for myself, is also known as the Hotel Jerusalem. It immediately calls to you as you are walking by it, looking for a place to go and see whether or not there is a telegraph or some other type of way to contact your patron. It is a large square building, a stairwell leading up the front, and has a brownish red kind of shingled roof. I will put that in our private chat so that you can look it up as well. And just basically search for that or Hotel Jerusalem, and that will pull that up. As you make your way into it, the front door will open, and the inside it's darkened, lit only by electric lamps that cast a bit of shadow around. It's dark, cozy, a bit too warm inside, but it is very, very stuffy on this side of town. As you are making your way through, you can see the ceiling fans overhead slowly turning, recirculating air around. As you enter, you are going to see that your friend, your avatar, is leaning up against the front desk. He looks over your direction, now dressed in the fashion of the modern age, dressed in a pale gray suit, a very noticeable limp. You can see how the pant leg of his wounded, missing peg swoops inward, where it would normally meet calf muscle. He turns and looks at you and smiles through a mouthful of replaced silver teeth, the one eye lolling in its socket. Ah, there you are. I was wondering when you would come and see this place.
You're out for an adventure yourself, then?
It's been a long time since I've been in this port of call. Many, many, many bodies ago. I do have to thank you. This is, He pats himself, causing a little jiggle of fat and muscle as he does so. He's a very large man. It's been an age since I've been flesh and blood. And all it cost you was a hand. Which...
More like an arm.
Oh, fine. All round down, you round up. I can see, though, that you've got it back and that everything appears to be going well.
Yeah.
You're looking to get in contact with... what? The Order? That...
My parents, really.
Ah, you want to talk to the man in New York to get a live wire to them, eh?
Something like that.
Come. The telegraph operator's just around the corner. You're staying in room 24.
Okay.
Silvers.
Hmm.
Tell him your name is Josephina Silvers.
Will do.
As you step around the corner, you can see that there is a telegraph operator that is sitting and working at his job. He's a long-nosed man, about maybe 30, starting to go bald just at the crest of his... Well, actually, pardon me, you wouldn't be able to see that right now because you are in the Hotel Jerusalem, and he is wearing a yarmulke over the spot that is very, very rapidly balding as he approaches 32. He has very pale eyebrows, but a beard that is slowly beginning to fill out. His mustache starting to grow down into the chin. And as you approach, he will look up at you. Greetings. How can I help you? Miss, are you staying with us?
Yes. Josephina Silvers, room 24?
Yes, of course. One moment. He flips through a little Rolodex. Yes, of course. Where would you like to send a message? I can get it sent out immediately for you.
Excellent. Thank you. And I will give the... Actually, just scanning to see if I have any information on my patron in here.
Mm-hmm.
I know he was in episode 1, but that was
in episode
a
1.
long time ago.
Is his name Alex?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
In any case, I will give an address and a name and...
Yep. I know that he's played by... he's played by one of my favorite actors, not Giovanni Ribisi. Oh God, what's his name? Not Steve Buscemi. Buscemi. Anyway, so anyway, yes, you'll reach out to your mentor.
Yeah, I will give because I expect to I will add as part of the message the next port of call for the train as well, with a like, if you don't get back to me till tomorrow or whatever, like I will be back on the train. Wording it in such a way that it makes sense that I'm staying in a room, but then heading back to the train kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're doing that, he takes it down for you and goes, well, I'm not certain how long it's going to take for this message, for the reply to come. It will definitely depend on how soon people can get the message to him. It could be hours, or it could be, and then you start hearing like almost immediately, and he kind of looks down a bit shocked. Just a moment. Miss Silvers, this message is for you.
Oh, what luck.
He says, he tries to parse it for you. So you say, oh God, how would he say this? He would, your mentor would probably say, be sure to check the mirror in your room before you go out later. You know what your mother always used to say about that. I'm, hope you are having fun.
Oh, excellent.
Is there anything else you would like to send back?
Send back. Thank you. I will do that.
It will be done, Miss Silvers.
Thank you so much. Before I will kind of turn to go, and then I'll go. It's charged to the room, right? Sorry,
yes,
it's my first international trip.
Yes, it is charged to the room.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
And you're going to hear on the other side from Silver. Go on, tip the man.
And I will take out some of my precious coins that I gambled for and slide.
Perfect. And he will smile and gladly accept the money.
Likely it is too large of a tip.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will leave. I was gonna say most of that money was from the boat, so whatever currency that was in.
Oh God,
just...
not Deutschmarks, but the equivalent of the era. All right, so from there, your avatar, Silver Eye, will say, "You can go ahead and use my room, 24."
Oh, thank you. Yes. And I will go up. I wasn't expecting that to happen right now, but cool.
Now, room 24 is on the second floor and is off in the corner. It's comfortable. Not nearly as large as you might have expected, but it's still significantly larger than the cabin that you're staying in, the car that you're staying in. And as you head inside, it's large enough for a bed, just a single twin-sized bed, as well as a sitting mirror across the way. This is one of the smaller rooms in this hotel. The walls are brickwork. And you can see that this building is quite old. The mortars that hold it together are, you could lay here all night, drawing your fingers along the mortar between the multicolored blocks, each of which are a different size and shape, some as large as your head, some even larger still, with reddish and brownish tinges to them. The windows look out over the city, and you can see that there are pale linen draperies that hang, filtering the light out. Sure enough, there is a large mirror across from the bed.
I will go and stand or sit in front of the mirror.
And as you do, the mirror is going to shudder slightly. It's like someone drew an oil slick across it, or like its surface becomes liquid. And I'm just going to, because I actually managed to find a fairly old-looking room from this hotel, and I'm very pleased with myself. So I'm just going to pop that up real quick. Oop, oop. Nestling into his room, I will say that as you sit there looking at the mirror in front of you, the place smells like a man, and I mean that as an insult. This is a man who probably... We are still at the beginning of the bathing era, really, the modern bathing era in the Victorian Age, compared to when this man used to be on sea and used to clean himself with a rag that was dipped into the ocean. And this room is absolutely stinking with the juices of a man that is new to the flesh, quite large, and in a hot environment. It's very pungent, and the mirror ripples in front of you, and as it does, you are going to see the lights in the room begin to shimmer, and there's a loud pop as 2 light bulbs burst along the wall, plunging you into darkness, only split by the light coming in through the window behind you. And on the other side of the mirror, you are going to see your mother. Now, it's been a while since we have touched on anything involving your mother, Jen. So I would love to know what Josephine's mother is like.
Yeah, she's... she's fairly short and petite, but she's house flambeau. So she's that fiery, like, small woman vibe. However, she's very, like, blunt but kind, and she and I have butted heads, but I know I can come to her with basically anything.
Can you hear me?
I can, Mama.
You are very dark now.
I've spent a lot of time outside.
My word, you positively look like our neighbor Tombe. Wow, interesting. Are you enjoying your sojourn?
I am. It's been an adventure, that's for sure.
Your father is presently in the library. I received your message. Is everything all right?
Yes, I wanted to ask for a favor, but first, how are our guests doing?
It seems to me that you're constantly asking me for favors these days.
A little bit.
What a needy daughter. First you send me a woman and child, and might I add, a real handful. I jest, they're lovely.
Good.
Miss Amelia is very, very astute and is picking things up, as well as can be expected of someone who is not awakened. She has an open mind. I have hope for her. But the boy...
So do we. The boy? Yes?
He is a handful. He is crawling. And getting into all manner of mischief. In fact, once the other day, your brother was watching him, and somehow the baby managed to get his hands on a wonder that your brother had been borrowing from his mentor. Somehow the child encased himself in a bubble and almost floated out of the house through an open window.
Oh dear.
How he managed to activate the thing is beyond me, but it was a hair trigger. That's why your brother was having a look at it.
Out of character, I'm just going to remind you that Joe has twin brothers, so that makes my next question make sense. Which is,
yes, of course.
Was it Simon or Charlie?
Well, it was Charlie that brought home the relic, or the wonder, and it was Simon that was able to catch him when he floated up into the awning.
Oh no. I was going to ask if the two are switching for their mentors again.
They're trading back and forth, but you should be very, very pleased to know that Charlie is managing... well, he's finally starting to choose a future house.
Really?
Yes.
What's he leaning towards?
Well, not Tharsis.
That's all right.
We had hopes that he would go into Bonnie Sagas, but it appears that he's leaning more into House Thig.
Interesting.
I know. Perish the thought of one of us going into a house of Ex Miscellanea. I know they've been uplifted, but still. Can't stand
Don't
it.
let Papa hear you say that.
Your father is a special case.
Yes.
Forget, which house was your father was an Ex Miscellanea inside of?
He's secretly House Silificati.
Oh, that's correct. Yes.
Because he's an alchemist.
That's true. Your father is a special case, but Charlie wants to start playing with all manner of technology. We never should have... What?
He did always have that knack.
You wouldn't believe it, but there's starting to be a trickle in. Escapees from the Order of Reason, if you could believe it.
Oh.
Like the one that you mentioned in your last letter. Which have not been coming as often as you were supposed to have them come. I would remind you, Josephine.
That's why I'm calling now, among other reasons. I'll write more.
Good. You need to come visit more. We have much to speak of. Besides, you're getting to an age where we should start speaking about your future more. Once you're done with your adventures.
Well, hopefully we'll visit. I'll visit. Maybe I can bring the others. We'll see.
You may have a bit of trouble getting your doctor friend in, but your word does carry more weight than you might expect.
Getting a name for myself.
I think it's more that you carry my name with you.
Yes, Mama.
And your father's. But what is this other favor, aside from taking that poor woman under our wing? She's enjoying your old bedroom, by the way.
Look, someone should.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for you or somebody you know to create a wonder for one of my friends. And it's much easier to do where you are, and I don't have the skills to do it here.
What kind of wonder?
Something like a photo album with pictures that possibly come from memory more than physical photos. Something that if somebody were to just open the book, they wouldn't necessarily see those photos.
From your... Whose memories are they? Are they coming from the viewer's memories, or are they coming
From the viewer's memories, but one specific viewer.
I'm listening.
Chastity is not doing great with Amelia and Teddy Jr. being there. I wanted to give her some sort of something to hold on to.
I see. That would be complicated. However, Simon has been studying to eventually continue into Bonnie Sagas. It is just the type of thing that they would be up for.
Yeah.
What I would like you to do is this. I'm not certain exactly what would be required for such a wonder, but a material component would be particularly useful.
Of course.
For something like this, I would say hair would be a very easy one. A lock of her hair, plucked out of her hairbrush, if you'd like to keep this as a surprise.
Okay.
Ideally, hairs plucked directly from her eyelids would likely be the best, although very uncomfortable.
Fair enough.
Besides that, no. One moment. Simon? Can you come here for a moment? You'll hear footsteps in the background, and a moment later, how old was Simon when you left? Remind me, please.
9.
And that was 2 years ago, almost?
Yep.
Simon is a giant compared to when you left.
I was gonna say also, Joe's parents had the like short woman, tall man kind of vibe. So, like, the boys are probably taking after, or at least, well, yeah, they're probably taking after Dad in height.
Yeah, so
They're
so
like
he's
little
almost
weeds.
he's almost 12 at this point, and he's
Yeah.
going to approach and say, "Yes, mother."
Oh, you got tall.
Joe.
Hi.
I mean, sister. What a pleasure to see you.
You too. You're growing up.
dark. Yes. Yes, I am.
Good.
I caught the baby.
Good.
Your sister is looking to have a wonder created. Truly? I was thinking
Yeah.
that you and your mentor could get to work on it. She will briefly explain what you want out of this, and he will... It's like watching a pantomime of your dad.
Yeah.
He sits there and starts sucking his thumb in thought. Just more biting it than anything as he's thinking. You've seen your father do this 100 times.
Yeah.
Not just any hair. It would be... You want this to be from memory? Simon will say.
Preferably, at the very least, something that's triggered by this one particular person.
If you could get me, tears would be ideal, but without tears, I would say that we would... If you could bring me or provide hair taken from her pillow after she sleeps, particularly if she had a vivid dream the night before.
Okay.
If it could be hair that was slept on 3 nights in a row, that would be even better. 7
Okay.
would be better than that. 9 would be perfect, but 3
Of
should be
course.
sufficient.
Okay.
I think I could do that. It would take a little while, but
Of course, yeah.
I'm going to
Thanks.
tell Charlie that I saw you and that he didn't get to.
You do that.
I will.
Take care of that
Don't-
baby.
Don't antagonize your brother. Yes, Mama.
Sorry, I shouldn't encourage them.
And yet, what are big sisters for?
It's true. Especially since I get to go away.
Yes. Yes. But you'll be back soon enough. Are you finding Earth to be to your liking?
There's a lot of rules here. Have you heard of this thing called the Straits? I don't fully grasp it.
I've never had to contend with it myself during my studies on Doistep, but it is... the world's immune system to the truth of the Magi's will. I'm surprised that it's causing you trouble. I would have expected you to be more circumspect.
Yeah, I suppose I should be.
You cannot go through life just burning everything down.
You're House Flambeau. How can you say that?
I'm House Flambeau. I have a license to burn. You are House Tharsis. You have a license to boat. If you wanted to burn things down, you should have gone into House Flambeau like me. Follow in your mother's footsteps. There's still time to change.
We'll talk about it later.
Have you met anyone?
No.
Well, good. In that case, I shall... I shall ask that you not worry about a thing. Inform me if that changes. But you're not getting any younger. When next you come home, we should discuss that.
Mama.
There are a number of good families, and I know that you would be a lovely match for several of their sons.
Their sons could handle me.
Your father managed to handle me.
Fair enough. We'll talk more about that later, too.
I will start making the arrangements for first courtships. Don't stay away too long, Josephine. Eligible bachelors eventually go off the market. And then you're stuck with the dregs.
Was Papa an eligible bachelor or the dregs?
Your father was a diamond in the rough, encased in a little bit of coal that it needed to be polished off. But look at him shine now.
Yeah.
You would tell me if there was something wrong, would you not?
Of course.
I know that it's scary looking at your future. But I want you to know that right now you are seeing a whole new world, broad and bright and bigger. And that looking forward to what awaits you down the line, when I was your age, I thought it would be suffocating as well. I loathed the idea of a wedding band like a noose hanging from a gallows, waiting to wrap around an appendage and strangle the life out of me.
Yeah.
But in truth, finding a partner to support and guide all of the parts of your life that you did not realize that you needed support in, it's a much broader world than the freedom you thought you had. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid. The next step is even larger, and your life is going to get bigger and better. Of course, go enjoy what you have now.
Thanks, Mama.
If you're anything like me, you're going to marry some boring bookworm, and then have to throw in his face the entire rest of his life that you were off doing pirate adventures or something.
Yeah.
I have a present for you.
Oh?
I think so. So, quick question. What rotes do you have again, Josephine?
Oh, man. Give me a sec. Let me pull that
Do
up
you have
here.
Betrayal of the Flaming Arrow?
I do, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to give you that if you already have it. I have a gift for you. It's a spell that I learned when I was about your age. I think that you're finally capable of using it. Now, I have to ask, your studies of Ars Materiae lacking?
Lacking, yep.
Well, so long as you have at least an initiate's understanding of Ars Essentiae, you should be fine.
Okay.
Although it is a little more stable with binding circles into Ars Materiae. But I will provide it. In the meanwhile, once you acquire the hairs that Simon needs, I want you to put them inside of this. She reaches in front of her on her counter, and for she's sitting inside of her bedroom at the mirror that she always would do her makeup at when you were a child. And she pulls a small pouch of velvet cloth and waves her hand, wraps her pale fingers around a silvered dagger with gold veining through cracks in the blade, and is going to plunge the dagger slowly and gently as she speaks in Enochian. And the mirror will part before you as she cuts through the mirror with the tip of the blade. It breaks like water, and she reaches through and hands you a pouch.
When I reach to grab it, so long as she allows it, I will also like hold her hand briefly.
Normally such things are not allowed with security protocols of Concordia, but as I said, our name carries a bit of weight.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I can't offer more than the pouch.
This has been enough.
I miss you.
I miss you too. All of you. Tell Papa.
You'll have him blubbering worse than Teddy Jr. Wouldn't be hard. The baby doesn't cry that much. He's practically a saint. Minus the mischief.
No, some saints can be mischievous.
Some saints can be mischievous, can't they? She smiles. And as you say that, I think that is our moment that we're going to cut across town.
Sounds good.
As you search the bag later, you will have a rote inside called the Receptacle for Lesser Forces
Ooh.
that allows you to fill a box with a force.
Ooh, very nice.
You can save it for later. You could have a pouch full of fire, for example, or make thunderclap bags.
Ooh, nice.
A cute little effect. And with that, we're going to cut across the city. Inside of a broad and beautiful church. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre looms broad and wide. Statues of the saints and martyrs flank the ancient pews. A choir chants in the distance. And Chastity, Prudence, Goodwin is there receiving prayer. Are you there looking to meet people, Chastity, or just pay your respects?
I think just paying respects.
Okay. So you're there inside of the Christian quarter in the old city of Jerusalem. This church is Eastern Orthodox. Oriental Orthodox and Catholic, apparently. All three. Just double checking something. So, according to traditions dating to the 4th century, the church contains both the site where Christ was crucified at Calvary, or Golgotha, and the location of Jesus' empty tomb, where he was buried and, according to belief, resurrected. It was built under Constantine the Great in the 4th century, destroyed later by Al-Hakim in 1109. Al-Hakim's son allowed Emperor Constantine IX to reconstruct the church, which was completed in 1048. Within the church are the last 4 stations of the cross, of the Via Dolorosa, representing the final episodes of the Passion of the Christ. It is a pilgrimage site, and has been a destination of such since the 4th century. Now, as you're sitting there, you can see that this building has loomed overhead, glorious and ancient for almost 900 years. Along the walls nearby, you are going to see that engraved on the side of a staircase that leads down to the chapel of St. Helena are ancient, pockmarked bits of graffiti. They draw your attention. They focus it. You can see along the stonework these jagged little carvings. They're crosses. Hundreds and hundreds of crosses that have been carved by hand. Some what looks like with chisels, others with daggers or other sharp implements. And as you are standing there looking at it, absorbed in the light of Christ that fills this chamber, you will feel a presence beside you. An old woman. A nun. Dressed in a long dark habit that denotes her as the Mother Superior of this church. Speaks to you in accented English. Crusaders,
They're the ones who did this?
yes. Graffiti. They scrawled the cross here as a sign of their pilgrimage and their dedication to reclaiming the Holy Land. Are you here alone, sister?
I am.
Are you looking to become a nun?
Not particularly.
I am Mother Magdalena. You appeared lost in thought.
There is much on my mind.
Are you in trouble?
I suppose that's a matter of perspective. Though I would say it's not a trouble I cannot withstand.
The Lord never gives us more than we can shoulder. He tests us and our resolve. But that's said, we should never be afraid of leaning on others, of sharing our burden. Would you like to speak?
How long do you have?
A while.
Then perhaps for a while.
Are you here to see the tomb of Saint Helena?
I think more that my feet brought me here. So
Are you sure it was your feet?
I do remember walking. But I don't know. Perhaps more. I should probably see it while I have the chance. I don't know that I'll be back here in the future.
I want to show you something. Would you like to see something special?
I would.
She's going to lead you down the stairwell next to that graffiti. It's a proper staircase now, but once upon a time this was just a tunnel. But down below is a broad, lovely underground chapel. It has sweeping arches that hold up the ceiling, as well as a gorgeous chandelier in the center of it. The floor is a beautiful silvery mosaic. There are various lanterns that are burning with oil along the sides of the wall and roof, and the reliefs along the columns are absolutely stunning. There's no one down there at the moment. Strangely. You are lucky. There's no one here at the moment. We are between services. Most are upstairs. But I don't think that you were brought here to worship with them. You seem troubled, and I think that he brought you here to see something important. She walks up to the front of this room, where there is a gated off area in front of a large, very ancient reliquary inset into relief on the far wall. She opens the little gate with a key from inside of her habit and gestures you closer. Once upon a time, there was a man who... Tell me if you've heard this story. He too was forced to carry a burden. He wore a crown of pain and carried the burden of all of his brothers and sisters. Such a task would be too much for any man, but he was not just a man. He bore the cross of his accusers, of his betrayal, of the hatred of those who had condemned him for speaking the truth. Thanks to Saint Helena, we have this. Come. Put your hand on it. The reliquary in question is a large box that lines the center of that back relief. It's inset, locked with an impossibly complex and difficult lock. There's a piece of that inside of here. Touch this. And remember, no matter what you're bearing, it is not more than he believes that you can carry.
Thank you for your kindness and for showing me this.
You're not with child, are you?
No.
Good. A pretty girl like you should be married first. I have a nephew in town. A grandnephew. Very handsome boy.
I'm afraid I'll be leaving very soon.
Tell me of your troubles in the meanwhile. If you wouldn't mind helping an old woman. And she smiles and is going to gesture to the corner where you can see that the real reason that this part of the church is not occupied is that there is a large mop and bucket in the corner. And the floor could certainly use a mopping.
I think that Chas will probably be more than willing to kind of just talk. If the indication is that, like, to help clean and...
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She will definitely edit the story. But
Okay.
we'll try and keep to the truth of the spirit of it, I guess.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yep.
And with that, she will have you help her clean the chapel of Saint Helena. As she does, I think we're going to cut back across the city. After a rather disappointing afternoon of a wailing wall that doesn't actually wail. What a ripoff. We start heading back toward the train. It's not evening yet, but it is late afternoon, and the sun is beginning to crest over the horizon, causing the red hues to light up the sky. It will be dinner before long. And you are being led back there, Evelyn, along the arm of Henry. I cannot believe there was no actual wailing. Very
I suspect it
frustrating.
might be different should somebody have lost somebody recently. That might be the wailing they refer to.
Perhaps. The falafel. I don't think there was any meat in it.
I don't think so, no.
It was good. Do you feel hungry too, though?
Would you like to stop for something?
There's food on the train. I would not like to waste what they have. I am not frivolous, but if you want to stop, we can find kebab.
Can I have perception as to what his actual opinion is?
Yeah, please. Give me a perception and empathy.
Okay, or just a perception flat.
Just a perception flat. Yeah, go ahead.
Difficulty?
A difficulty of 6.
Okay, 1 success.
1 success. He honestly would probably rather just get back to the train at this point. You see that he's kind of bummed that, like, he's like, this city's old and kind of dirty, and he's not super impressed.
Then she won't particularly delay. There's nothing, I think, in particular that she's looking for or looking at here. Just kind of looking around. And they've done that all day, so.
Still, you had very interesting insight into some of the old buildings.
Oh, thank you. I do like reading up on all sorts of things.
Let's get back onto the train and have... I mean, would you dine with me? And your friends if they are there?
Let's see if the others have returned yet, then.
And as you turn around, sure enough, standing next to the train, about to board again and look for some food herself, is Chastity, back from the church.
Evelyn will wave. And I guess when they walk up, ask Chastity. Do you know if the others have gotten back yet?
I haven't seen them.
Do you want to go eat?
Yeah, I could eat something though. She kind of leans in next to Evelyn and be like, "Did you spend all day with?"
Yes,
Henry?
but
Unattended, unchaperoned?
being married has its
Really?
benefits.
Oh, Evelyn.
I am the chaperone,
How
not the chaperonee.
scandalous.
Darcie, however, has spent the whole day with Sam.
I see.
It was an interesting confluence of events left her in his company. I think we last saw them around noon. They seem to be getting along.
About damn time.
And what did you get up to today?
Me? What did I get up to? Oh, absolutely nothing nearly as scandalous. I went to church. I did some good deeds.
Would you like to drink?
Why, I never. Me, I'm such a good, pure, chaste girl.
Evelyn
Oh.
will just raise one eyebrow at you.
I would like a whiskey. And something with pork in it. Or maybe duck. We were going to get food if you want to join us.
I think my presence might actually be counterintuitive here.
Nonsense.
Really?
Yes. Really, Chastity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's just staring at Evelyn.
Evelyn's just going to loop an arm around and start bringing her bodily along with them.
And as you are looped and dragged back in, I think this is where we're going to go to a break, with the last image being Chastity doing a fourth wall wink at the audience. Which we'll learn more about when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're going to briefly talk to the chat about some mage stuff. So it's funny. We've been playing this game for like 3 years now, thanks to all the delays. And we've never seen that side of Joe. And that's really cute. I think that's great that we get to learn things about, you know, characters that we've been meeting for years. It's good to get back into this. Minus all the Teddy quakes that we've been having.
Teddy quakes.
But I mean, if it wouldn't be Mage if there wasn't a Teddy causing trouble.
This is true.
This is
Right?
very valid.
Literally, he has this name because of this game. It is his namesake. So I threw the ball that way, Teddy. Go find it.
It smells like bacon, dude. You should be able to find it.
I also like the opportunity, while not talking to them directly, to check in a little bit on Amelia and Teddy Jr. kind of thing, because we hadn't really talked much about where they were and all of that.
It is great to be back, Random. I see that we're back from break, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back in these outfits. It's good to be back. I can't wait to. I guess we're gonna have to like.
Yes, thanks everyone for delaying till today, so that I could actually be in costume and not dying of heat and dealing with Teddy solo.
Well, I mean that's one of the big problems, right? Is that like. I mean, costuming is something we do to help immersion, but at the same point, in Victorian, it's such a big part of like the vibe. Like, I feel like Victorian
It really is.
even more so than Transylvania.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, all right, I'm a vampire. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
I also appreciate that we put off so that we weren't dying of heat or anything during it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
this shirt is pretty good for heat. It won't be so good in a few months.
This wig is killer,
But
though.
the wig is a lot.
it's
Yeah. This is a lot of hair.
yeah, I know, right? Seriously.
And also the makeup. Like the makeup is a lot. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily look like I'm wearing much, but I'm about 5 shades lighter than I actually am right now
Christine-
because I put ghostly pale foundation on.
Christine
That's
took some
life.
photos earlier, and the difference in what her face looks like
Or
is
just a
like
half.
it's like the difference between like this and my face. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
She's like in
It's like-
ghost cosplay right now.
That's kind of like the difference in color. Is like
It's
My
See,
arms
Darcie is like winter Robin, and I'm currently summer Robin. So I actually had to like blend foundations together to try and lighten it up to get this like a different shade than my face. Because
And I'm putting on like really dark foundation. It doesn't look quite as dark with the light and everything, which is nice, but it is obviously a darker shade than me normally.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although you are getting a little bit darker. I mean, you do spend a lot more time outdoors than you used to when we were younger. Right? Like with all the SCA stuff that you go to. So
It's true.
Yeah. You used to be real pale.
But I haven't spent a lot of time outside this summer because it's been moving and stuff.
I feel like I'm the
I
only
spent
one who
actually a lot
uses
more
the
time
same
outside.
foundation as I normally do.
I use the same
I just
foundation
use-
that I normally do.
See, what I did, Amy, was I paled myself to your color
Hmm.
You did.
because I'm normally
There we go.
darker than you, anyways.
See, I just got
Yep.
my hair cut because I have to be in the 1920s on Friday, and I'm like, my normal hair wouldn't work. Guys, I'm so excited about
Yeah,
that. It's going to be mildly anachronistic.
I wish
do
I could
use
watch it
concealer,
live, but
though,
I'll be
that's
having a
lighter shade.
vigil. No,
You'll be having a what?
a vigil
Oh,
for
no.
SCA stuff. I mean, it'll be good. It's what
Okay,
I
good.
want, but I'll miss Bedlam, which is sad.
It's going to be so good. My job is mostly traumatizing Traz.
Good. Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, I need to
I
send
want to
something
discuss
then.
after this about traumatizing Trez.
Yes, we're going to go talk about that. But folks, I want to thank you for sticking around with Mage the Ascension. Like I said at the beginning of the game, if you are not on the Patreon, it's a great time to join because you get that extra Mage content. And if you convince enough people to join, then
Don't lie, Traz, you like it.
you want your fully stick.
Uh-huh.
If enough people join, Jen will run another game. She's been talking about it for a while. We've already started talking about who would. What are you trying to get? Don't try to go under
We've
me.
talked about potential casting.
Well,
We
and
have.
as soon as a couple of the things end that I'm
Oh,
in,
what do you have?
my game will start that I'm running. It's a short run,
Yeah.
but
That's true. It's great.
It'll
And
be
then
coming
Robin's
up.
game's going to come back too. Like everybody's got
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Figured out.
really.
I start a new job in like a week and a bit.
That's true. Christine, I'm really excited about your game though. We have to talk and touch base soon with your cast about getting art done for it.
mm-hmm.
Because I really need to get my orc made. I'm super excited. I've been meaning to actually sit down with you and like,
Orc
go
maid
over.
is in like make the orc, or you being an orc maid, because both are acceptable.
Man, I really want somebody to run a module like so that I can play. I really want to play a young, like, wide-eyed blonde elf girl. I'm not sure if I would just like figure this out myself or if I would do like a VTuber avatar. I feel like if I was allowed to shave, I think I could pull it off, but I can't. As a dungeon master, I legally have to have a beard if I can grow one.
I would say I want you to get the fake titties and do a
Like
costume, like
Just-
the chest plate.
you just
Yeah.
want me to be baby no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe.
Did I stutter?
yeah, just do it and leave the beard and just don't mention it. We can figure out how to wig you properly.
That's true. Well, the last thing I just wanted to say is, hey, join the Patreon, and also other things that are really cool. Everybody has games coming up, but I also wanted to let everybody know. Oh God, there was one more thing before we hop back in, and it was not that I love you, but that's true. It is. We're got Bedlam on Friday. I'm traumatizing Traz. This is all stuff we know. Oh, That's right. So, Mage runs bi-weekly, as you know, and it runs opposite Transylvania Chronicles. However, because we're so far behind in Mage, what's going to happen is we are near the end of this book of the Transylvania Chronicles. And once we hit that ending, Mage is going to go weekly until we finish this book. After that, we're going to take a little bit of a break because, as we were talking before, we might have to go meet Josephine's family after this, meaning that I need to study up on what Concordia is like in the Victorian Age. And so during that, we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus, probably 6 or 7 months. During that time on Patreon, there's going to be another game that's going to be starting off, a shorter one called Mage 99, which is going to be set in 1999, funnily enough. And I know, right? It's not, well, it could be 1899 or it could be 1099. Does anybody want to just dress like Franciscan friars? Okay, he's back on his bully stick or his cheese. So anyway, I kind of do want to run a Mage the Dark Ages game, but it would just be way too powerful. But anyway, I want to thank you all for being here. And with that, I guess we should probably head back into game. And let's see where this one goes from here. We've got a bit of time left before we're done. Let's do it. Now, welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. A little bit of time passes and we're going to cut into the dining car. The meal that is going out tonight is, well, it's fresh fish, served on a bed of local greens, spinach, kale, and the like, as well as various salad greens to gussy the plate up. There is a very delicate dill sauce that is put over the fish, and it is served with a soft, bubbling white. But that's not what's happening right now. Chastity, as you're sitting at the table, enjoying this meal or beginning to cut into it with Henry and with Evelyn, what's going on? Like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? It's been about 20, 30 minutes since the last time since we ended that scene.
How many glasses of wine have I finished?
How many glasses of wine do you think you finished?
Like 2.
Okay.
I
Henry
think
will be drinking
probably
about the same amount.
talking about what we saw. Like Evelyn's gonna ask, like, what church did Chastity go to? That sort of thing. Like, just kind of make conversation.
Yeah, she'll be pretty upfront and like forthright, sort of fill in.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably doesn't sound all that exciting.
I think Evelyn's gonna do the thing of like talking about the things that they saw and like what sort of bits of knowledge she knows about stuff or stuff like that. Like just kind of general conversation that's innocuous if anybody was around.
Did she mention anything about the Wailing Wall?
Probably.
Well, you know there's a way to make it a Wailing Wall.
Oh.
Well, when a couple of individuals are particularly passionate, just, try and keep out of sight, unless you're into that.
Do you mean...
Oh, whatever do you think I mean?
This fish is strange. Why do they sauce the fish? It ruins the natural flavor.
Oh, if I had a dime for every time someone mentioned that. What?
Well, what do we have here? You hear a voice from over your shoulder. And, stepping up to the table is someone that you'll recognize from before. One Let's see. I just got to remember his first name. One Nathaniel P. Calhoun will approach the table. Tall, broad, handsome in like that East Coast money kind of handsome. Broad face, broad smile, very American. Leans over. So what are you all doing here? Looks like enjoying salmon? Or is it trout? I cannot tell what it is. It is not like any salmon I've had before. Well, I didn't want to interrupt your meal, but I did want to come and say hello, and also, just make sure that everything was going well over here, ladies, seeing that you are with, this interesting feller.
I'm trying to remember if Evelyn met him before, or if kind of overheard, saw him, but didn't actually interact.
We all met him in the car, in the observation.
That is
cart.
correct.
Car, not cart.
So yeah, so Evelyn would know his name. And it was Calhoun was the only last name, right?
Yep, Nathaniel Calhoun. Well,
Not at all, Mr. Calhoun.
look, we talked
Please.
before.
Grab a seat and grab a drink.
I was going to actually offer to send a bottle to the table, but I would love to. Hey, Garcon, could I get a bottle of whatever you have here that would go well with this fish?
Evelyn will look heavenward slightly and roll her eyes mildly at his Garcon.
So, you have good time out in the Holy Land?
I did.
Huh. Did you get converted yet? Or did you go on a bit of a crusade?
I went to church.
Oh,
Neither, I'm afraid.
You should
I
try
looked
it.
at old buildings.
I went to church when I was a boy. I was an altar boy, actually, for almost 5 years. I think I've put my time in.
Catholic, then.
Between us, yeah. My mom was, anyway. She insisted on it, but, I don't know. It didn't really stick with me.
Too much pomp and pageantry for you?
I like the pomp and pageantry, it's just... I don't like being on my knees for any man.
Do you prefer to be on your knees for a woman?
It depends on the...
Why? Mr. Calhoun.
It depends on the woman, Miss... Goodwin?
Chastity, please.
Unfortunate name.
I think it's quite fortunate. There's a certain air to it.
A
Quite
sense of
apropos.
irony?
You could say that.
The sommelier comes over with a non-bubbling bottle of wine. One that's very well paired to the fish. And Calhoun will wave a hand across the table as he comes up, reach into his vest and pull forth a rather stacked wad of bills that are inside of a long, slim billfold. He tips egregiously.
And a man of money, it would seem.
Oh, the Calhouns do fairly well. I'm a railroad man myself. I see rails in the future for all of my descendants, actually. Rails are where the world is headed. Makes it easy to
So
control where you're going.
Tell me more about railing.
Well,
Do you run a train on them?
generally, yes.
Oh, forgive me. That was a very silly question. Of course you run a train on rails.
Only when you're ready to go full steam ahead. It takes a lot of hard work and sweat to get up to that speed, though. It's real back-breaking labor.
I think we're gonna get along just fine.
I think we're
Here, have
already
another
getting
drink.
along. If you insist. So, I think the most important thing about getting a rail up to speed, well, I mean, your friend would know, right? All sorts of railroads go through your people's land. He gestures at Henry. All sorts of rails do go through my people's land, Henry says with a sip of his drink that is less a sip and more of a self-imposed muzzle on some of the words that are boiling up behind his teeth. Whereabouts, you're out west, aren't you? You're, I remember the Scotland Yard guy was talking about you. You're the Navajo. I think actually one of my rail lines goes through near there, at least one that I'm partnered on. I want to say... Anyway. Thanks for the hospitality. Think nothing of it.
Mr. Calhoun, what are you doing later? Or not so later? We could have a different sort of hospitality?
I would love to have a... I would love to continue this conversation later, of course. Shall we meet somewhere else on board? I don't want to interrupt your meal any more than I already have. Please, and this one's on me. I've been terribly bored being on board this. I do love a rail line like this, but I would do it with a bit more panache.
Do you really want to wait till later?
I would be very interested right now, actually.
Well, don't let us keep you.
I think Chas is going to take a look over at the rest of the table and is going to glance at Evelyn and I think is going to glance between Henry and Evelyn as she stands up and will say something along the lines of, and I suppose I'll take my leave then with this lovely gentleman, and you two, just fuck already.
Chastity.
Hey, Evelyn, what's your willpower score?
5.
Cool. She says that, and you go, Chastity! And then there is this velvet weight that presses down on all of your synapses as this mind effect begins to start to unravel the long indoctrinated bits of self-control that you have woven into the pattern of your willpower. And then, with a snap, the binding threads that hold you in check simply vanish. You're perfectly conscious, maybe a drink or two in, but inhibition is gone, replaced by 4 successes worth of lust.
Okay, then.
And you can hear from the sound of a clearing throat and the deep swallow coming from Henry's chiseled jaw and long throat that he is also quite thirsty.
I'd forgotten that we'd talked about this. I'm gonna say fade to black because I don't know how to play Evelyn like that.
There's the sound of knocking over dishes and chairs being knocked back at a sudden stand. And that's where we're going to fade to black, at almost like children getting up from a table.
I do want, as Chastity does this and leaves, I think we'll say something along the lines of, I need to go get a Catholic between me and my legs. And we'll drag Nathaniel Calhoun off.
Is it to your room or to
his.
Okay, probably his. Okay. We're going to cut back to the hallway. Josephine, you are making your way back between the cars after having spent a long and interesting day traveling around the city, but also just getting a sense of the things that are everywhere around you and kind of buzzing from the time that you spent with your family, as brief as it was. And as you are heading back onto the train, you are going to hear a little bit of joking behind you. And glancing over your shoulder, standing on the platform, kind of walking your direction, are Sam and Darcie. Kind of walking arm in arm like a lady and gentleman should. But something, a little bit of a dam has burst between them, and there's playful shoving and banter. And they're going to get about 15 feet from you before they notice you, completely just overwhelmed by the sense of their company, until they both look up and see you. Oh, hey.
Evening.
Josephine, how was your day?
He untangles his arm.
It was good. And yours?
Just escorting the lady around before I have to get back on duty in a little bit. Let's see. I've got about half an hour. I should probably go find where Henry is, and we should head back for this dignitary that's coming aboard.
Smart. Be early for your shift.
Oh,
I mean, you probably can't go for a drink before your shift, can you? So
I could be convinced.
you're not going to get in trouble with your supervisor, are you? Not that I care particularly if the trouble you get in, you're just a scoundrel.
I'm not gonna get stinking drunk. I ain't a potato farmer.
All right, I guess we're having a ride then.
I thought we were having a row.
No, that's when you have too much ride, then you get into a row.
Ah, fair. Well, you said that Evelyn and Henry were spending time together. Should we check in with Evelyn? Maybe she knows where he is. Save us some time, then we can spend more time drinking.
That sounds like the most logical idea.
All right.
I mean, her cabin's right beside mine, so it's to fair. I could probably change out of my city clothes. Something a little more less dusty.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that dusty in town. Josephine, do you want to grab a drink with us?
No, I think I'm all right. Thank you, though. Wouldn't want to crush this vibe. I'm going to go have dinner.
All right, if you insist.
You two are much cuter when you're not arguing, by the way. She's just going to start walking away.
And as you guys head up and start walking along the train, heading into like the not the Victoria car, the Albert car, to go drop anything off that you might have, or gather some things, or just like, anything for dinner. Now it was Evelyn and Chastity sharing a room, or was it Evelyn and Josephine sharing a room?
It was Evelyn and Josephine.
Okay.
But I was being specific. I'm going for dinner. Like, that's where Josephine's heading. Yeah.
Okay.
So
going straight to dinner?
She doesn't want to walk with Sam and Darcie, and so if they're heading that way, she doesn't want to go with them.
Okay, so she bounces. She just bypasses, goes into another door of the train. All right, so you start heading that direction, and I want you to do me a favor. As you head into the dining car, I would love it if you could give me a perception and alertness roll.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 6. It's pretty obvious, actually, when you get in there.
1 success.
1 success. All right, so I'll cut back to you in a minute. But Sam and Darcie, as Sam and Darcie head up to Darcie's room, he's going to kind of go, I'll wait in the hall for you to get freshened up, and that's when you hear it. A sound echoing through the wall as you open your door, and coming from the next door over, from your room. It's a sound of there's going to be a lot of oohing, a lot of awing. Perhaps someone is finding religion, for there certainly is a lot of breathy prayer happening in that room, as well as the sound of... Well, Darcie does not have much experience with the noise of a headboard slamming against wood, but I imagine that Sam probably knows quite a bit about that. And Darcie has nothing if not an active imagination. So as you open the door to your room and get the full stereophonic effect through the wall, I'm assuming that you are going to turn bright red.
Oh, 100%. Darcie's just gonna go the same color as her like dress. She's just gonna go.
And Sam is just going to, like, his face is going to melt into a... And then you're going to be hearing quite a bit of grunting, actually, from a low, strong voice. No. No.
Who am I? You know what? I don't need to change. I don't need to change at all. Let's go get that drink, shall we?
And as you slam the door, or shut the door, and turn around, you are going to turn face to face with someone else who has entered this train car. Chastity.
Something. I just don't want to go. I think something's going very right for Evelyn. Don't. Yeah. Yep. They're having a thumbs up.
Is that your
bright red?
Is that your room too?
No, sorry, that's to be chair. There's a room.
Okay.
Mhm. I might need to sleep somewhere else, or at least come back later.
Uh-huh. Yep, they're going at it quite
Let's give them some privacy.
that sounds wonderful. I think I've only heard the same sounds similar to cows. I only know barn animals. So just yeah, anyways, sounds
Good for Evelyn. She probably
Yep, good
needed
for
that.
Evelyn. She
Mhm.
probably yeah.
Go
Let's
to the
go.
dining car.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
As you say that, we're going to smash to the dining car as Josephine wanders in. And as you do, you can see that a couple of the, there's a buzz in the room. Like that, not that people are talking about you, but that people are talking about something that just happened. And there's a bit of an electricity in the air, a titter in the air as people are kind of muttering to themselves. And as you enter, you're going to see that there's one table that has a bunch of food that's being cleared away, as well as a little bit of broken glass. There's a chair that's been tipped over, and some of the waitstaff is hurriedly reassembling like what they can, cleaning up, and getting ready for the next people. And nearby, you recognize, if you met him before, and I believe you did, the sommelier, Pierre, is going to be talking in French with another one of the waiters. Can you believe that, Claude? If he didn't tip so well. Huh. Still, to think that he was able to seduce a woman like that? I guess money really does make anything, right? It's funny, I thought with a name like Chastity, she would be able to keep her legs shut. And, of course, you speak French now, so...
I do, yep.
What really...
Can I ask if A, that bad feeling I had about Chastity is still a bad feeling? And if B, the correspondence link is still in place? Because I can't remember how long that was lasting for.
So I'm going to say that you were a little distracted, but focusing on that correspondence link, I want you to do me a favor and make me a perception and awareness roll at a difficulty of 5.
Okay. Nope. Come on. There we go. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Now remind me again, this correspondence effect kind of, it was correspondence and, was it just correspondence?
It was basically, it was just correspondence because that's, I think it was correspondence. It might have been correspondence in Prime of like, just like linking to her, as a like, because I was worried about her when she left. So
you focus on the sensation of that spell, and as you do, it was feeling weird for a second. You were a little distracted and didn't notice it, but you can feel her presence pinging. She's back behind you.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the other car. The Prince Edward car? The one behind your car. So in the second class suites.
Mm-hmm.
And as you feel that out, the most disturbing feeling is going to occur as another ping on your radar appears outside of your own car. Your correspondence link is split. There are 2 links instead of 1. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
Your correspondence is
Not
telling you
really,
that
doesn't.
there are 2 chastities?
And you said one of them was in the car where our rooms are.
Yes, one of them is in that one, and then the other one is in right behind it.
Cool. I'm going to about face and turn and go to where our rooms are to find that ping, and also I'm hoping Sam and Darcie.
All right, slamming that door open and hoofing it back as quickly as you can the direction that you know all of them are. The door is going to slam open. Of course, the dining car is, let me just double check. The dining car is, ladies' car, the dining car is in the front? Oh, the dining car is, pardon me, oh no, you're right. The dining car is between the 2 cars. Never mind. So one's to the left, one's to the right. Sorry, I'm new to trains. So you instead push through the dining car and head back toward your own car. And as you open that front door, you are going to see Chastity, Darcie, and Sam staring with wide eyes, kind of all looking very awkward and red as
Darcy's beat red.
they're making their way slowly back toward the door that you're opening. And behind them, you are going to hear the muffled sounds of passion coming from one of your rooms.
I pay zero attention to that and go,
Okay.
Darcie!
You okay, Joe?
Joe?
Darcie, come here.
Yeah?
Come here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna grab Darcie's arm and just like pull her close.
I think Cass is gonna look over at Sam and is gonna be like, ow, shrug. I don't know.
Look at me. I don't know.
And in Darcie's ear is gonna say, I can sense 2 chastities. That's one of them.
What do you think they're talking about?
What now?
I don't know.
There are 2.
There's 2 of them. Bran! Darcy's gonna like try and mentally ping Bran.
Seems pretty important. They look really stressed.
Why are there 2
What
of
did
them?
you miss?
What's going on?
You're going to hear a little bit of scratching from the inside of the door to your room.
Oh,
There is a cat looking very annoyed. They have been at it for almost 20 minutes now.
good for him.
Impressive.
I can only hear a woman achieve glory so many times.
Stop, please.
Darcy's saying that in that high voice, in that squeaky voice. She suddenly goes very squeaky.
Chas is whistling.
Chastity, what have you done?
Don't look at me. I have no idea, but good for her.
What do you need? The cat will say to you.
Okay, Bran, Darcy's going to grab the invisible cat.
I mean, he's visible when he wants to be.
You're fair. Okay, we'll grab the cat. Okay, you need to be invisible when you're out in public, in the train. Come on. Yeet.
All right, fine. He goes invisible again.
Okay, Darcy's gonna grab Bran, go over to like Josephine, go into like another area, and go. There's 2 chastities.
I only see
where'd you
one.
see- Josephine, where did you see the other one?
I can
Okay,
sense
and now
it
the cat's
in-
whispering.
And such and such a car, whatever car you said.
The Albert, or the Victoria car.
Yeah.
No.
The Victorian card. That
The
way.
Prince Edward card. God damn it. I have too many cars.
Yeah.
All right.
The Prince Edward card. That way.
Okay, Bran, can you go to the Prince Edward car and listen for another Chastity?
Aye. You'll have to... Do you want to carry me through the dining car? Or do you want me to sneak through?
Sneak would be great.
Fine. You'll have to put me down, though.
All right. Darcie will drop Bran. Oh, bless you, Bran.
Have you been having coffee? That breath's horrible.
No.
And
You
he
know
will...
what I've been doing. You
I've
have
been
that
trying to not pay attention to it. Your mating rituals are strange. Just shag already.
Okay. Shush now. Go, Bran, go.
She's already in heat. And he's gonna start walking off.
Darcie's gonna go darker shade of red.
Sometimes the cat's smart.
The cat's going to
Definitely.
wander off, leaving the three of you there.
And Sam.
And Sam.
Drinks? Dinner?
Yeah? Are you gonna tell me what you're whispering about?
Why were you whispering to the cat?
Secrets.
Secrets. Paying no mind. Can I do a life scan of Chastity, please?
Yeah, totally. How do you do that?
Thank someone who can do something more than me. I can do a forces scan of Chastity.
So... Oh, it's my life is my mother's spellbook. Darcie's going to, like, very... Is there, like, a newspaper stand anywhere nearby?
Yeah, in the dining car there probably are some newspapers.
Okay, so as we go to get a drink, Darcie's gonna pull out a newspaper, and then she's gonna pull out her spellbook behind it.
Okay.
And then start, like, muttering to herself in very, like, low old Irish Gaelic, and pull out some like oregano, which is good for eyesight, and chew that to activate her life scan.
So I have a question while you're doing that.
Yes.
So it's probably pretty evident to the mages at the table that she's doing this, right?
I think so.
No.
Okay. Jess is going to play along because she's like, I don't know what's happening, but sure, let Darcie do her thing, and is going to instead distract Sam by striking up conversation. By probably excusing this as, oh, like, don't mind that. This is sort of like the prayer before dinner. Irish.
Yeah. I know she's a witch.
Okay, don't say that out loud.
Sorry, she's a bitch. I don't know. I'm new to this. Welcome back, Miss Goodwin, says the sommelier as he pours wine at your table.
Thanks.
Are you interested in another glass of wine, or have you had enough already?
With just the one?
If Madame insists. That said, did you enjoy the vintage before, or would you prefer the champagne again?
Can we try something different?
Of course. You've had the Pinot Grigio and you've had the champagne. Might I suggest with fish? It might be a little sweet, but I do have a Gewürztraminer recently come in from Austria.
That sounds lovely.
It would be definitely a much different palette than before.
Of course.
Will Mr. Calhoun be joining us as well?
I don't imagine he would be.
Very good. And as you are...
Dressed and is going to be like, that was strange, right?
Can I roll perception and empathy to see if she's actually confused or
Yes,
like
you may.
putting something on?
Yes, you may.
2 at difficulty 9.
Nice. No, she seems genuinely confused and weirded out, and she, as far as you can tell with LifeScan, is Chastity. She looks as much like Chastity as any Chastity has ever looked like Chastity.
Okay.
Cool. In that case, I'm gonna look at Darcie and be like,
Darcy's gonna be like,
And
the
then I'm-
newspaper is the stories look legit. It's definitely what seems what it is. No weirdness at the train station. Puts her spellbook away.
So
I'm gonna lean in towards Chastity and just be like, so before we all left, I did a bit of a tracking thing with you just to make sure you were good and all of that. And there's 2 of you right now.
sorry, what?
There's 2 of you right now. One here, and one in the Prince Edward car, whatever Prince car. It seems like you might have been in here before.
That explains the sommelier. Sort of thought he was just bad at his job, mixing people up, but...
Yep.
Should we be concerned? Did you do anything, Chastity?
She's gonna take a swig of the wine, or whatever's in front of her, and is gonna try and do some time sight to see if there's any weird temporal shenanigans.
Okay, are you looking for temporal eddies, or are you looking back in time?
I think right now she's just looking for evidence, like just time stuff. Eddies,
So, temporal eddies, yeah.
Like,
Temporal
was there
eddies.
is there evidence of a temporal anomaly or someone who shouldn't,
Sure. Go ahead and
recent
make
evidence
me-
of someone who shouldn't have been here?
Make me an Arete check, difficulty of 3.
If I'm remembering correctly, 10s explode.
10s explode.
While she does that, I'm also going to do a bit of forces redirection of sound so that
Okay.
it sounds like normal conversation here.
Sure, sounds good. Give me that a difficulty of 4, please.
That was
Perfect.
5
Well,
success.
5 successes. There is no temporal warping around this car. Nothing at all. Everything seems perfectly normal,
Okay.
at least in terms of that. Josephine, you probably scribe a little spell or sigil into the side of something that you're working with, or...
My forces specialty focus is rope, so I have some in the like I always have some on me, just like little bits of hemp rope or something, and so I just tie like a little knot around one of my fingers and mutter in Latin.
All right, sounds good. You distort it, so it just seems like regular conversation bubbling around the table. And Chastity, is there anything else that you're doing, realizing that there's no time displacement shenanigans here?
Well, it's not... As far as I can tell, and this is what she's actually saying, I'm the only me in this time, in this car.
Darcy's gonna try and feel out for Bran to see if he has gotten to the other Chastity yet.
And Bran is going to go, I'm in.
Do you see her, Bran?
Well, I mean, she's not in this car, but I think I can smell her. She's here.
Okay, keep going.
I think I can hear her voice.
Okay.
She's... Hold on, she's in this room. Now, can you hear through his ears? I think you can if he lets you.
Yeah, I think I can if he lets me up. I think we can share, like,
So he-
perceptions.
Leans in, and you are going to hear Chastity's voice kind of muttering to herself over and over. It seems like a prayer, and then a very stern tone says, "How do you like being on your knees now?" And then you are going to hear the sound, because Bran has very good ears. What sounds like some type of implement striking flesh, like a horse crop.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Darcie knows what a horse crop sounds like, from being on a farm.
And
I do have points in drive for horses.
And you are going to hear her strike again and again and again as the frantic prayer continues to build and build, and then something very strange happens. We're going to flash back to the dining car. And Chastity, as you take a sip of your drink, something weird's gonna happen that we are going to not investigate in character, for luckily there's a sound bubble around your table. But what we will see is that Chastity, outside of this bubble, will probably either drop her glass of wine or grab the table with quite a great deal of force. For without this bubble around the table, you probably would have been met by a "I'll have what she's having" moment afterwards. I can hear Robin dying. As
I can hear Robin through you dying.
That's great. As there is this moment of overwhelming pleasure that comes out of nowhere. It comes on with the ferocity and suddenness of a calf cramp in your sleep, Chastity. Just, it's not there, and then, oh God! And then suddenly, out of nowhere, there is a... As Josephine suddenly is only detecting a single Chastity again. The one directly in front of her.
I think I need to go to the powder room. Excuse me. And Jess is gonna get the hell out of there.
Darcie's looking at Sam.
There's only one now.
Good.
You guys are fun. I gotta get ready for work.
You do that. Yep.
Yep.
You might need to make excuses for Henry from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out.
You want to catch a drink after your shift?
I think I'm gonna need to.
Josephine's gonna take Chastity's leftover wine glass and just drink it. Like,
And
Darcie just keeps looking at Sam, looking away, goes even redder. If someone could read Darcie's mind, it's.
And as we fade out on this scene, we're going to cut back into the Black Suite, where we're going to pan over to a very soap opera style, like, sheets covering everything, kind of two people staring at the ceiling. Suddenly, the mind effect has broken. Well, Henry says, kind of looking over your direction with a bit of exhaustion and confusion.
Does Evelyn put together the pieces of what probably happened? That Chastity did something.
You can make me an intelligence and awareness roll.
Sure. Does deductive apply?
Yes, absolutely. You're going to go with difficulty 6 because you definitely know what Chastity can do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need more dice.
Oh, God.
I think I fucking know. That's 9 successes. I started with 7 dice.
You are going to know
Difficulty
that
6 is not hard to hit.
Yes, this is uncharacteristic for you, and this is actually uncharacteristic for something that Chastity would do, too. But if anybody did it, it would be her.
Because I would have felt the moment of, like, something happening where, like, everything undid. And that's just not normal.
Yeah.
I don't
Are you
know whether
all right?
to kill Chastity or thank her.
You think that she did that?
I'm not sure if it was on purpose. Because she wasn't acting like Chastity either. That was weird.
Weird?
Enjoyable. But out of character.
Would you like to show me what it would be like in character?
She'll flush, and I think we could fade to black then.
All right, that sounds good. Now, it's starting to get dark outside. You all have a lot that you need to do and that you need to get done throughout the night, as well as to investigate and discuss this. But some of you are busy, some of you are doing other things. The dignitaries are led on board, and you can hear that Sam has covered for Henry, who is indisposed, and a couple of the dignitaries have been moved into the various cars. But as we focus outside and the train begins moving again, we find ourselves once again propelling down along the line of the Empress Express. Or at least we're about to, as we pull away from the station. Soon we will be on the road, well, soon we'll be in Damascus, in just a mere 2 days. And as the train is moving away from the station, beginning to roll and pick up speed, darkness is settled across the land. Only the dimness of the evening and the lights of Jerusalem illuminate the tracks. The conductor at the back of the train takes a look out, watching the platform, and does not see a man that rushes up at the last second. No luggage to speak of, merely a knapsack. He grabs on to the back rung just as the train begins to get some speed up and pulls himself aboard. The man doesn't catch his breath, despite the fact that he was running a bit. The conductor at the back is surprised. Sir, you're very fortunate. You almost missed it. Do you have your ticket? The man is dressed in a British suit, with a traveling coat. He has long hair that sweeps down over his shoulders, or at least it would, were it not pulled back into a small ponytail at the nape of his neck. He is not handsome. He is not ugly. He has a very square face with a long nose. He is pale, and despite the time of day, he wears smoked glasses. He looks at the man and presents his ticket. Of course, you left a little earlier than I expected, is all. Can you show me to my room? Of course. The conductor looks down at the ticket. I'm more than happy to, Mr. Beckett. And as he says that, the train will hurtle further into darkness. Night falling across the land. And I think that's what we're going to call game tonight. I'm very excited to be back, guys. I really am. So thank you guys for surviving that. Amy, great work. I do want to say that this is one...
Fantastic.
That was fantastic. This is one of those instances where you should bring in your players and you should talk to them about this and make sure that they're comfortable with things. Also, Christine did have this floated. I asked, hey, would you mind, do you consent to losing a bit of control as Evelyn through potential mind magic pushing? To which point she said, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. It's gonna make it happen. Let's do it. And Amy was very, very excited. For those who would like to know, I am happy just to tell you, boom, in Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age, one of the Straits manifestations, because the Straits come as Victorian tropes, is the doppelganger.
Fuck yes!
And the doppelganger is an infuriatingly perfect duplicate of the mages whose activities conjured the spirit, but whose doing things the real mages would never willingly do in public. You exist to cast an unflattering light on the hidden aspects of a person's soul. With that, as well, game-wise, let's see, where is it here? Once conjured, the doppelganger runs around town in a near-perfect imitation of the mages who invoked it. The storyteller bases its activities upon the darkest, most repressed aspects of the mage's personality. Well, in this case, a little sexier. If the player and storyteller want to collaborate on this part, the player might suggest things the evil twin would do. The manifestation and its activities continue to intensify until the magus locates and confronts her doppelganger. At that point, the spirit antagonizes the magus, etc., etc., until either the magus lashes out at the spirit or someone else does it for her. The doppelganger immediately disappears and the assault hits the magus with the entire force and effects that would have had if the attack hit the evil twin instead. Well, that means that a sufficient physiological impact is enough to pop her. And she had one. I just
Oh
had
my
a little more
God.
fun with it than an attack.
Bravo. Bravo
Bravo.
for that from both like you and Amy collaborating, you and Christine having that conversation.
Well, I
that was
appreciate
joyous to watch.
with it that you didn't do that much of like focusing of other people on Evelyn's behavior, because like I just don't know how to handle that. And that was where I was concerned when we talked about it. Because I was like, I'm not going to handle like being embarrassed with stuff very well.
Oh, no, totally.
But at the same point, yeah, this is a good way to get around like slow burn. And also just, it would be funny.
It would be funny. And the thing about this is that you're asking for a fade to black on that is a perfect example of how to do fade to black. It's like, cool, I want this. We don't need to get into it. Let's fade to black.
Behind your curtain right now.
I know, Teddy's, oh, he's totally hiding. Okay, he's behind the green screen. Pay no attention to the dog behind the green screen. But it's absolutely fantastic. We also had I also want to compliment everybody on this game because it's really great to get back into this. Christine, you were absolutely wonderful there. Great use of consent. Amy, way to take a ball and run with it. That was absolutely fantastic. And you made me like honestly blush a little on a couple of occasions, which is very lovely. Because like that's always fun, because I always like it when you push yourself and do something that like catches me off guard. That's very fun for me. Wonderful role play from Robin and the constant flirtation, and also huddling with a cat. Great, love it. Jen, I absolutely adore the way that you were able to feed me information that you remember about your family, but I may not have remembered as much, and that we were able to have such a heartfelt and loving scene there. That is such a great, like, it's the meat of this episode. And I'm really, really happy for that. I love what we did. Because of that, I'm going to give you guys 3 experience. And because we had a chat error, the chat bought you 4 experience tonight. So welcome back with 7 experience points for them tonight. So let me know what you would like. This is the last mostly silly episode for a while as we are heading into it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you know that name, don't spoil it for anyone. It has not been mentioned in this chronicle yet. But those who know, you know. Hey, a big thank you to everybody who makes this happen. Our Patreons at patreon.com/dorktales are those people. I would really like to thank our divine producers, my parents, as well as Shikon De Vermillion and Soul Omen, who is in the chat right now causing all sorts of trouble. Our demonic producer is Sorcerer Sanguine, who I absolutely adore. Our wizards of the Patreon keep the lights on here. It's Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, Karasha Urquhart, and Big Nut. Larouk is our monster maker, and our High Council is Taryn, Amberthus, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, Nihilus, Cookiemon Steve, and Iron Warrior X. And I'm very excited to be seeing us playing some more Mage. So be sure to join us tomorrow night for even more Mage with Dominion over on Patreon. Join us. About the cost of a cup of coffee. We'd love to have you there. Any last things from us before we head out? All right.
You did a great job running that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for leaning into it. It was a lot of fun. It reminds me of the type of shit that we do when we used to LARP. And also, Amy, you were asking me privately whether or not you had any memories from this. No, that's the best part. You have no idea what your doppelganger did.
Cool. So she's going to be doing some sleuthing to figure what the fuck that was.
Absolutely. And it's going to be very fun getting into that.
Doing some memory modifications of people to, you know,
Calhoun.
like Calhoun when she figures out what happened there.
Oh, I think Darcie and Bran will help fill that one in for you.
I don't think anybody needs to be filled in anymore. That enough people got filled in tonight. And with that, we'll see you next time here on Dork Tales for Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. Good night, everybody.